One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Let's get it. Subscribe to the channel. You know what it is. We're going to do a little bit of this Kamala Harris rabbit hole. Got them legs out there. I saw Michelle Obama do the speech. I was like, wow. Let me tell you something, man. When you go down this rabbit hole, like everybody knows already that, hey, all of this political stuff is tricky. Even if you get Candace Owens, even if you get all these people, it's still tricky. You don't know who's saying what. But once you go down this rabbit hole, you know what everybody's saying. So when Michelle did this this speech, I was like, wow, let's go down the rabbit hole then.
How organized we all are. And we need that. We need all of you. Because right now, as you know, this race is close. It's too close for my liking. And I came out here to Michigan because I am someone who takes her own advice to heart. I know that if we want to help this country finally turn the page on the politics of hatred and division, we can't just sit around and complain. No, we've got to do something. If we want to usher in the next generation of American leadership, we have got to do something. If we want to elect someone with a character that is worthy of the Oval Office, someone with the strength of heart to guide our country to a better day, we have got to what?
Now, I was watching this and I was like, wow, this is quite interesting. And I was sitting there saying, damn, only if the people only did a little bit of research, they will understand what Michelle is talking about. See, because you'll watch this and you'll be like, well, what the hell is Michelle talking about? You would say, well, hey, she's talking that good talk. And if you know or you don't know, you're like, yeah, Michelle's talking well.
And that someone, of course, is my dear friend Kamala Harris. And Michigan, I am so hopeful about the energy and poise and joy that Kamala has injected into this race. And if you know Kamala like I do, that's no surprise. I mean, think about it. No one could have predicted the way everything would have unfolded this summer.
That is a lie. That's a lie. You would only have to be in the know to know that what Michelle Obama just said is a lie. Nobody could have predicted what was going to happen. That is an outright lie.
So hopeful about the energy and poise and joy that Kamala has injected into this race. And if you know Kamala like I do, that's no surprise. I mean, think about it. No one could have predicted the way everything would have unfolded this summer. And yet, in a critical moment when our country needed her, Kamala couldn't have been more prepared to meet that moment. And she's met it every single day since. Yeah. She's filling arenas in a way we haven't seen for years. She's building a remarkable campaign in record time, dominating her opponent so thoroughly in the debate, he was too scared to face her again.
There you have it. It's all about playing games. It's all about playing games with the public. I'm a part of the public, and I know that this person's playing games with me. So we're going to play a little game. Okay? She lied. She said nobody would have ever predicted that Kamala would have been up there. That's a lie. Problem is, why Candace Owens and all of them ain't saying nothing about why it's not so unpredictable, or it was impossible odds. Why Candace Owens and them never say that? Because all of these people that you folks listen to, they speak with, proper English and grammar. So you believe that they are smart and they know it all. And yes, I would agree. So why would they hide this?
Kamala, she's putting herself out there fearlessly, facing down even her harshest critics. She's seeking out Republicans to find common ground. And unlike her opponent, she's not ducking interviews or cowering in safe spaces only with fawning audiences. No, she's...
Everybody knows she's lying about that. But anyway, let's get to it. This is Michelle Obama's husband right here. This is Michelle Obama's husband, Barack Obama. This is 13 years ago. All right? This is 13 years ago. Like I said, I watched this Michelle Obama thing and I was like, Michelle just lied. She said nobody could have predicted Kamala Harris would be there. Well, let's get to the videotape. This is going to be a little drawn out, so bear with it. You just have to pay attention.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome. Thank you very much. 7 years ago, when I arrived at the Human Rights Campaign, we found ourselves, if you remember, in a battle with then President Bush over...
7 years ago when this man arrived, meaning where he's at, well, this is 14 years ago. So you count 7. Then Kamala and Nancy Pelosi been a part of this at least 27 to 37. So this is an organization that has been, building for decades. Okay. Now, I must say, it started in California. It's a California thing. All the big wigs in California, when you start talking about San Francisco, wink, wink.
For the federal marriage amendment. 7 years later, I stand before you at my last national dinner, about to introduce our current president, Barack Obama. 7 years ago, when I arrived at the Human Rights Campaign, we found ourselves, if you remember, in a battle with then President Bush over the federal marriage amendment. 7 years later, I stand before you at my last national dinner, about to introduce our current president, Barack Obama. And it is fair to say that as a community, we have accomplished more in the last 2 years than we have in the previous 40. Now,
since Barack Obama came into the fold, this certain community, which does not include you and I, has accomplished more in the last 2 years since Barack Obama got there, in the last 20 or 30 years since Nancy Pelosi started this foundation and her friends. So, Barack and them, they were still making their ways. Nancy Pelosi been had it.
7 years ago, as we plotted that attack, a constitutional ban on our marriages, I certainly never dreamed that 6 years later, I would marry a former federal club co-chair from Minneapolis named Jed.
So George Bush was banning same-sex marriages. Obama came in after Bush, right? Obama might have came in after Bush. And, that's when things had changed. You all know what happened. You thought Barack was coming in for black folks, but he was coming in for these people to remain nameless. But no, they are the most elite people in the world. Why What does this mean? Why do I say this? Because Michelle Obama lied and said nobody could have ever predicted Kamala Harris being there. Now, I'm not mad at Michelle. I'm mad at Candace Owens and them, and Tariq Nasheed and all the alleged smart people that won't tell the truth. Donald Trump, Fox News, CNN.
And that someone, of course, is my dear friend Kamala Harris. And Michigan, I am so hopeful about the energy and poise and joy that Kamala has injected into this race. And if you know Kamala like I do, that's no surprise. I mean, think about it. No one could have predicted the way everything would have unfolded this summer.
That is a lie. No one could have predicted how everything unfolded this summer. That's an outright lie. I like it though.
At Hastings, right here in the District of Columbia. And 7 years ago, it was certainly hard to imagine looking out into this room and seeing openly gay men and lesbians proudly wearing the uniform of this great country.
Now you get it? This is where Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Kamala Harris, and all the big wigs come from, right here. And if Candace Owens is not putting this out, she is a phony. She is a fake. She's not telling the whole truth. Donald Trump don't put this out. He is a and believe me, I don't know which way I'm voting, but I could safely say Donald Trump, Fox News, I mean everybody, Kamala Harris, everybody's a fake by not mentioning this group right here. And Michelle Obama could get her ass up there and lie and say that no one could have predicted that Kamala Harris would be here. That is the first lie. I was watching this. I was like, why is she lying?
You think about it. No one could have predicted the way everything would have unfolded this summer.
Now, that's a lie. Let's get to it.
It has been an extraordinary journey, marked as much by the lows as the highs. But through it all, I have had the privilege and the honor to work with people who have genuinely been heroes and trailblazers in this movement. It is all of you.
What movement? What movement? Why is the public not informed about this movement? Why are the linkage and everything, the link trees and everything not available for everybody to join this movement and be a part of such a positive place? Why am I not, why is everyone not involved in this movement that you speak of, sir?
Who have stood at the center of this success. And it is all of you who have come to define what the Human Rights Campaign means to me. Now, perhaps no two people embody that spirit to me more than Dennis and Judy Shepard.
All right, let's get to the real smoke. Let's get to the real smoke. Let's go.
Thank you. Hello, HRC. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Please have a seat. Thank you. Thank you so much. It is great to be back. I see a lot of friends in the house. I appreciate the chance to join you tonight. I also took a trip out to California last.
I mean, you gotta, you folks, that's why Candace Owens and them is complete bullshit. How does the president of the United States, how does the vice president, how does all these powerful people be so privileged and honored to be at this place that nobody knows about? It's unbelievable that Candace Owens, Donald Trump, all of these people won't expose this one place. Because they're not hiding. If I got it, anybody can have it. So what is the... It makes me believe that everybody's working together. That's why when Michelle Obama said, nobody could have predicted that Kamala would be here, I said, this woman is lying. See, because where you see Barack Obama talking at right now, Kamala Harris was with them before Barack. Kamala Harris was with these people before Barack and Michelle Obama. So when Michelle say, nobody could have predicted that Kamala would have been here, you're lying. Kamala's the most powerful woman in the world.
Week where I held some productive bilateral talks with your leader, Lady Gaga.
I had some powerful talks with your leader, Lady Gaga. You've never heard Obama talk like this. That ain't even what I'm mad at. I want to know, why does Fox News, CNN News, Trump, Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, anybody who talks against Kamala or talks for Kamala, why won't they bring this stuff forward? That's the only problem I have. Because in my research, I realized Kamala Harris is the most powerful woman on earth. And she has the allies and the crew and the numbers to back it up. And what makes me upset about Kamala Harris's team is, why won't she bring her full army out? I mean, everybody knows. Why won't she bring her full army out? She has a secret army. You know what? After this video, I'm gonna do the other video. Because Michelle Obama's a liar. Kamala Harris raised she raised $1 billion in 2 months, right? I have the video where Kamala Harris said that she was dropping out of the 2020 race because she couldn't raise any money. Okay? So within that time, she became so popular. With who? That is the great question that no Candace Owens won't expose. How did Kamala Harris raise $2 billion? How did she get all of this power? How did she get all of these funds? Candace Owens is supposed to be smart enough to expose this. She's supposed to be smart enough. But let's hear the big boss. Only if y'all knew, Obama is such a figurehead. He really, everybody knows he put all this stuff in movement. Obama is the kingpin.
She was wearing 16-inch heels. She was 8 feet tall. That was a little intimidating. I don't want to give a long speech. Cyndi Lauper is in the house. I can't compete with that.
Obama is talking where Cyndi Lauper is in the house. Lady Gaga is wearing 16-inch heels. You've never heard Obama tell these type of stories because you don't know anything about the Obama's real life.
I also took a trip out to California last week where I held some productive bilateral talks with your leader, Lady Gaga.
What the fuck does that mean? I held some bilateral talks. You lucky I ain't got it. I would love to have a dictionary. Bilateral talks. What the fuck does that mean? He said I had bilateral talks with Lady Gaga. What the hell is that?
I also took a trip out to California last week where I held some productive bilateral talks with your leader, Lady Gaga. She was wearing 16-inch heels. She was 8 feet tall. It was a little intimidating.
Wow.
Now, I don't want to give a long speech. Cindy Lauper is in the house. I can't compete with that. But I wanted to come here tonight, first of all, to personally thank Joe for his outstanding years of leadership at HRC. What he has accomplished at the helm of this organization has been remarkable. And I want to thank all of you for the support that you've shown this organization and for your commitment to a simple idea. Every single American, gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, every single American deserves to be treated equally in the eyes of the law. Bisexual, transgender, gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, trans, this organization, and for your commitment to a simple idea. Every single American, gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, every single American deserves to be treated equally in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of our society. It's a pretty simple.
Now, like I said, I don't want to take y'all down this rabbit hole. This will blow your mind. But what pissed me off today was when Michelle Obama said this.
Into this race. And if you know Kamala like I do, that's no surprise.
Now, that was the truth. If you know Kamala like I know Kamala, because she knows Kamala Harris for 35 years.
I mean, think about it. No one could have predicted the way everything would have unfolded this summer. And
that's where she lied. Nobody would have predicted how everything unfolded this summer, meaning who would have thought Kamala would have been up for president? That's a lie. That's a lie.
Simple proposition.
Kamala Harris is the most powerful woman in the world. She has the most powerful team. She's led by Nancy Pelosi, who created this organization of the most elite people in the whole wide world, where Barack Obama got to come there and say, thank y'all for having me, because they are more powerful. And being that he's the prince of their network, he will be forever, him and his family will forever be top shotters. Let's go.
Now, I don't have to tell you that we have a ways to go in that struggle. I don't have to tell you.
I wanted to break this down. Real quick. My grandmother, rest in peace, and all the black people in the world voted for Obama, right? Because they thought he was for black people. But look at this. Listen to this.
What he has accomplished at the helm of this organization has been remarkable. And I want to thank all of you for the support that you've shown this organization and for your commitment to a simple idea. Every single American, gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, every single American deserves to be.
Now, what's important about that? Black people thought that he would make that sort of specific pointed suggestion towards black people about anything. Can we just have this would say, yo, that's for black people? That's what black people thought was going to happen. But look how many different assets of people that he was specific about, when he was never specific about your black ass about anything.
I want to thank all of you for the support that you've shown this organization and for your commitment to a simple idea. Every single American, gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, every single American deserves to be treated equally in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of our society. It's a pretty simple.
Now, why did he have to name all of those people? Why couldn't it just be black, white, and then why is it there's an exclusive nature to the rainbow community? You say, well, hey, because they were ostracized from society and bullied and stuff like that back in the days. Well, all that stuff has changed. So why is it still a fight?
Simple proposition. Now, I don't have to tell you that we have a ways to go in that struggle. I don't have to tell you how many are still denied their basic rights. Americans who are still made to feel like second-class citizens, who have to live a lie to keep their jobs, or who are afraid to walk the street or down the hall at school.
Now, like I said, never had that sort of specifications for your ass. Well, black people. Never had those sort of specs for you. The detailed specifications of what a black person may go through. How they have to lie and make sure they got to work and all this. He never identified with that his whole term. Because he had a plan the same way everybody dealing with this organization has a plan, including Kamala Harris, which I'm not mad at. I'm just mad the fact that she won't bring her full army out. She's holding a secret army that she won't speak about in public. And then Candace Owens, Donald Trump, and Fox and all of them, they won't speak about Kamala Harris' secret army. Because her army is just as powerful as you may think. Yes, Barack Obama, all the big wigs, but it's way bigger than that.
Many of you have devoted your lives to the cause of equality. So you know what we have to do. We've got more work ahead of us. But we can also be proud of the progress we've made these past 2.5 years. Think about it.
Barack Obama about to talk his shit. Let's get it, baby.
2 years ago, I stood at this podium in this room before many of you, and I made a pledge.
2 years ago, I stood in this room before you and I made a pledge. Why didn't the American public know that you made this pledge before these people while you was running for president? How come nobody knew? I don't have to answer that, right?
I said I would never counsel patience. It wasn't right to tell you to be patient any more than it was right for others to tell African Americans to be patient in the fight for equal rights.
What did everybody tell you? That's the only thing I give Tariq Nasheed and Umar and them credit for. That's the only thing I give them credit for. That Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, what's that other old dude, Williams, that died, that was in Congress, John Lewis, whatever, the bald head black guy. Listen. Let me play it one more time so I can recapture my thought.
Any more than it was right for others?
Right. That's the only thing I give Tariq Nasheed, Umar Johnson, all the black men. I give all of them credit for that one thing. The Rainbow community took Black People's Civil Rights Act that was built inside of the Constitution and played it on the lines of the law. Stole the civil rights movement. Why do you say that? And why does everybody say that? Because as all the people that he named, LGBTQAI+, they never speak up for black men. So it's almost like the black, straight, heterosexual male is not a part of the civil rights movement. Thus, why they call this the human rights movement. Because they took all of the laws that Martin Luther King and all of them, the legislation that they had got put in place, stripped it from the black people who are not organized. It's not their fault. The black people are not organized. So the Rainbow community, with the leaders and the people that they put in government, in county, town officials, took all of the civil rights laws and legislations and used it for themselves and excluded the heterosexual black individuals. When you think about it, it's a beautiful plan. is just against, the straight people. And as far as being just against, because like I said, gay and trans people, they had got bullied and stuff like that back in the days, and they was fighting laws to get that straightened out. But we didn't know they was stripping our whole civil rights movement until what happened? Until you realize you can't take an airplane without a flight attendant being gay. You can't go here without this person working there being gay. They took all the affirmative action and everything from the black people. But who did it? The Prince, Obama. Why do we say that? I'll tell you why. This point right here is 1304. Listen to what this man said.
Over the federal marriage amendment. 7 years later, I stand before you at my last national dinner, about to introduce our current president, Barack Obama. And it is fair to say that as a community, we have accomplished more in the last 2 years than we have in the previous 40.
We have accomplished more in the last 2 years than we have in the previous 40. Who was in office Barack Obama had won. He got into office. He was in office for 2 years, and he made that much of a difference towards the rainbow community, which we all know after it done happened. But see, Barack Obama told y'all, I was here 5 years ago and I made y'all promise that when I got in, it was going down. But he never told us that while he was running for his campaign. While he was running his campaign. I was like, wow, these people are powerful. And when Michelle Obama got up here tonight and said this
race, and if you know Kamala like I do, that's no surprise. I mean, think about it. No one could have predicted the way everything would have unfolded this summer.
That is a lie. No one could have predicted how it unfolded. That's a lie. Because Obama told them, these people, before he got in office, he was going to make this happen. And he did. And this man is proud. And you got to realize this is years later now.
In the fight for equal rights a half century ago. But what I also said, that while it might take time, more time than anyone would like, we are going to make progress. We are going to succeed. We are going to build a
matter of fact, I want to do a hit shot for that. I want to do a hit clip.
Citizens who have to live a lie to keep their jobs, or who are afraid to walk the street or down the hall of school.
What you're about to hear is Barack Obama describing how he and the rainbow community stole the legislation and all of the rights and stuff that Martin Luther King and them built for black people. He stole it and put it towards the rights of the rainbow community. Watch him describe it. Let's get it.
Many of you have devoted your lives to the cause of equality. So you know what we have to do. We've got more work ahead of us. But we can also be proud of the progress we've made these past 2.5 years. Think about it. 2 years ago, I stood at this podium in this room before many of you, and I made a pledge. I said I would never counsel patience. It wasn't right to tell you to be patient any more than it was right for others to tell African Americans to be patient in the fight for equal rights a half century ago.
There you have it. Don't tell the rainbow community to be patient the same way you didn't have the right to tell the African Americans to be patient a half a century ago. Symbolizing that the rainbow movement is as powerful as the black people movement who were slaves in this country. Let's go.
But what I also said, that while it might take time, more time than anyone would like, we are going to make progress. We are going to succeed. We are going to build a more perfect union. And so let's see what happened. I met with Judy Shepard. I promised her we would pass a hate crimes bill named for her son Matthew, and with the help of my dear friend Ted Kennedy, we got it done, because it should never be.
Now, he promised somebody something that was of the rainbow community. He didn't promise black people anything and come through. Now, his good friend Ted Kennedy. Now, is this the same Ted Kennedy that's with Donald Trump now? Y'all let me know in the comments. See, because if it is, I didn't know. If it is, it just goes, it goes to show everything that I'm describing. Nothing is unpredictable. If Ted Kennedy was with Obama here, now he's with Trump there. Kamala was here before Obama got here, and Nancy Pelosi was there, and Trump don't like her there, but they all know each other here. Let's go.
You should never have to look over your shoulder to be gay in the United States of America. That's why we got to.
Have you ever heard Barack Obama talk like that in your life? That's my man. My problem is, why won't Kamala Harris bring her full army out? There's a full army that she has that she won't speak on. Trying to tell y'all something, man. Let's cut this up. Let's do a little DJ move.
You should never have to look over your shoulder to be gay in the United States of America. That's why we got it done. You should never have to look over your shoulder to be gay in the United States of America. That's why we got it done. You should never have to look over your shoulder to be gay in the United States of America. That's why we got it done. I met with Janice Langman, who was barred from the bedside of the woman she loved as she lay dying. And I told her that we were going to put a stop to this discrimination. And you know what? We got it done. I issued an order so that any hospital in America that accepts Medicare or Medicaid, and that means just about every hospital, has to treat gay partners just as they do straight partners, because nobody should have to produce a legal contract to hold the hand of the person that they love.
I'm just trying to educate you folks. Why don't Candace Owens and Tyreek and Fox News and Trump, why don't they talk about this stuff? Now, why did Obama say that? Why did he say that? Because only if you knew how far the rabbit hole goes. Let me explain something to you. This is going to be brief. Nancy Pelosi has been raising millions and millions of dollars out there in California for this sort of health care for her friends. Who were her friends? Rock Hudson, Liberace, people like that, right? So what happened was, you know how they died. And what happened was, they couldn't really get health care. And also what happened was, they had, a husband. So you had a homosexual marriage. Well, you had a homosexual relationship. But while Liberace and other elite rich people were dying, the man that they loved in that homosexual relationship couldn't be by their bedside because they weren't legally married. And that's why they pushed Barack Obama into office. It's a rabbit hole. I don't want to gross anybody. You just don't understand. This rabbit hole will blow your mind. I don't want to over-inform at one time. We're going to do this whole series leading up because I don't know which way I want to vote. And let me tell you why. Because I know everybody's lying. Because they won't bring up these videos. So I know everybody's lying, so I don't know which way to vote. Now, the only thing that I do know is that Kamala Harris is the most powerful woman in the world because she has this team behind her. That's all I'm saying. It's the only thing that I know. It's all I've learned.
Got that done. I said that we would lift that HIV travel ban. We got that done.
I said we will lift that HIV travel ban. We got that done. Barack Obama, how come we never knew you did all that? How come you never were so proud about that in public? How come the media never How come they still don't bring that up? That's supposed to be some sort of monumental thing. How come people don't continuously talk about that? How come Kamala don't say, I'm going to extend the HIV travel thing that Barack created? How come? Because Trump and them would say you're wasting federal dollars on people who are doing homosexual stuff, making a higher risk for them to catch HIV, and now you're trying to fund that lifestyle with health care. That's why when you hear Obama, Biden, and all them talk about health care and all that, they mean it, but not the way that you think. Yes, as regular folks, we would benefit off of it. And what you guys have to realize, another thing that I learned in all of this stuff, when it comes to the policies, when dealing with Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris, the policies that everybody say that they don't know what her policies are. Her policies are built in marriage. Now, we'll get into that some other time. Let's go.
We put in place the first comprehensive national strategy to fight HIV/AIDS. Okay, and that means just about every hospital has to treat gay partners just as they do straight partners, because nobody should have to produce a legal contract to hold the hand of the person that they love. We got that done.
I have the most powerful Kamala Harris policies and rabbit hole stuff, which is out there, right there on the internet. It's not like she's hiding a damn thing. But nobody has this sort of explosiveness. See, because when you go down the Kamala Harris rabbit hole, you find this shit. And this ain't nothing. I'm just doing this because I know y'all have never heard of Barack talk like this. But this is nothing. When you go down the Kamala Harris rabbit hole, you'll find all her friends. What have you heard so far? You've heard Lady Gaga, Cyndi Lauper. You see Barack Obama. You know she's with Joe Biden. I'm telling you she's with Nancy Pelosi. So that's 5 big wigs already. All right? And then, like I say, the list is, matter of fact, and y'all know she's with Beyonce. And y'all know she got Spike Lee, Tyler Perry. I mean, the list is on and on. The most powerful woman in the world. That's what I have learned.
I said that we would lift that HIV travel ban. We got that done.
Talk your shit, Barack. Talk your shit, son. I just want to know, who are the people that have all this HIV? That's all I want to know. Who's the people that has all the HIV? Because you talk about it like it's such a proud thing that we never hear about anymore. And then when you start saying, well, me, I'm a heterosexual man, a lot of heterosexual people don't have HIV. But then there's a different class of people that do have HIV and run the risk of HIV. And there's a lot of medicines out there that's on the TV and everything for HIV. And when I see it, I see a certain type of couple of a certain type of community. So why is Barack Obama so heavily invested in HIV? It don't make sense unless you want it to. See, because the point that I'm trying to make to you is black people got nothing from Barack Obama. But then everybody say, well, he cared about the rainbow community. No, he cared about the rainbow community more than you could ever imagine, because nobody has these videos. Shit, Barack won't even put this out.
Lift that HIV travel ban. We got that done.
We got that done.
We put in place the first comprehensive national strategy to fight HIV/AIDS. Many questioned whether we'd succeed in repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And yes, it took 2 years to get the repeal through Congress. We had to hold a coalition together. We had to keep up the pressure. We took some flack along the way. But with the help of HRC, we got it done. And Don't Ask, Don't Tell is history. And all over the world, there are men and women serving this country just as they always have, with honor and courage and discipline and valor.
Powerful, powerful man. the Prince of Darkness. Oh man, I might have to. Ooh, I like that. The Prince of Darkness. I like it.
We got it done. We got that done. All
Like I said, when I went down this Kamala Harris rabbit hole, and I see like you got to realize he's talking about HIV/AIDS, rainbow community, and he's getting standing ovations. I'm sitting there saying to myself, well, who the fuck is he talking to? I'm sitting there saying to myself, who the fuck sits around making standing ovations for HIV and AIDS and sickness and all this wild shit? We want to be healthy out here. We're not even trying to have like an AIDS fund sitting back. We'd rather just have good health and die regularly. So it made me say, well, who the fuck is he talking to? Because this damn show ain't in the public. God damn, Barack. We knew you was like with the whole, gay marriage thing, but we didn't know you was like putting healthcare packet. Well, I did, but the people didn't know you put these extreme healthcare packages together. Now, if you pay attention to any sort of politics, which I don't, I know that I've heard Joe Biden say a lot of shit about healthcare because that's where they get their big money at.
all around the world, you got gays and lesbians who are serving, and the only difference is now they can put up a family photo. No one has to live a lie to serve the country they love. I vowed to keep up the fight against the so-called Defense of Marriage Act. There's a bill to repeal this discriminatory law in Congress, and I want to see that passed. But until we reach that day, my administration is no longer defending DOMA in the courts. I believe the law runs counter to the Constitution, and it's time for it to end once and for all. It should join Don't Ask, Don't Tell in the history books.
Barack Obama changed history constitution-wise on y'all. And it's only been getting worse or better, whichever way you lean it. See, I wanna show y'all the other stuff. It's more stuff on the screen, but we're going vertical. I want to show y'all because they're showing the crowd on the other side over here. They're showing the crowd, and if you could just see the big wigs in the crowd.
So yes, we have more work to do. And after so many years, even decades of inaction, you've got every right to push against the slow pace of change. But make no mistake, I want people to feel encouraged here. We are making change. We're making real and lasting change. We can be proud of the progress we've already made.
Barack Obama, how come I'm not a part of the progress you're talking about? How come all the other people are not a part of this? This ain't got nothing to do with black or white. This is like straight or not. The straight people are not a part of this.
And I'm going to continue to fight alongside you. And I don't just mean in your role, by the way, as advocates for equality. You're also moms and dads who care about the schools your children go to. You're also students figuring out how to pay for college. You're also folks who are worried about the economy and whether or not your partner or husband or wife will be able to find a job. And you're Americans who want this country to succeed and prosper, and who are tired of the gridlock and the vicious partisanship and are sick of the Washington games. Those are your fights too, HRC. So I'm going to need your help. I need your help to fight for equality, to pass a repeal of DOMA, to pass an inclusive employment non-discrimination bill so that being gay is never again a fireable offense in America. And I don't have to tell you, there are those who don't want to just stand in our way, but want to turn the clock back, who want to return to the days when gay people couldn't serve their country openly, who reject the progress that we've made, who, as we speak, are looking to enshrine discrimination into state laws and constitutions, efforts that we've got to work hard to oppose, because that's not what America should be about. We're not.
That's not what America should be about. I'm here to change it. America was a straight place. We're not having that. Let's go.
About restricting rights and restricting opportunity. We're about opening up rights and opening up opportunity and treating each other generously and with love and respect. And together we also have to keep sending a message to every young person in this country who might feel alone or afraid because they're gay or transgender, maybe getting picked on or pushed around because they're different. Got to make sure.
But Rock, what about the black people that were slaves? What about the black people that were slaves? I've never heard you talk about black people that were slaves with so much detail and concern and togetherness, and you want to see them prosper. Why is it such an excluded thing? Why are you excluding me from what you're doing there? What did I do to you? What did anybody do to you?
They know that there are adults they can talk to, that they are never alone, that there is a whole world waiting for them filled with possibility. That's why we held a summit at the White House on bullying. That's why we're going to continue to focus on this issue. It isn't just kids being kids. It's wrong. It's destructive. It's never acceptable. And I want all those kids to know that the president and the first lady is standing right by them every inch of the way. I want them to know that we love them and care about them, and they're not by themselves. That's what I want them to know. I also need your help in the broader fight to get this economy back on track. You may have heard I introduced a bill called the American Jobs Act. It's been almost 3 weeks since I sent it up to Congress. That's 3 weeks longer than it should have taken to pass this common sense bill. There's a bill filled with ideas that both parties have supported. Tax breaks for companies that hire veterans, road projects, school renovations, putting a contest of values. That's what's at stake here. This is a fundamental debate about who we are as a nation. We don't believe in a small America where we let our votes.
All right. So I just wanted to show y'all that, right? Because I just want to take y'all back in history just for a brief second. So just bear with it. Let's keep listening. Hold on.
Schools fall apart.
Hold on one
We
second.
stand by while teachers are laid off, science labs are shut down, and kids are dropping out. We believe in a big America, an America that invests in the future, that invests in schools and highways and research.
And in Michigan, I am so hopeful.
Make our economy the envy of the world. We don't believe in a small America where we meet our fiscal responsibilities by abdicating every other responsibility we have, and where we just divvy up the government as tax breaks for those who need them the least, where we abandon the commitment we made to seniors through Medicare and Social Security, and we say to somebody looking for work, or a student who needs a college loan, or a middle-class family with a
Hold
child
on,
who's
y'all.
disabled, that you're on your own. That's not who we are. We believe in a big America, an America where everybody's got a fair shot, and everyone pays their fair share.
Hold on, y'all.
An America where we value success, and the idea that anyone can make it in this country, but also an America in which everyone does their part, including the wealthiest Americans, including the biggest corporations, to deal with the deficits that threaten our future.
Here we go.
We don't believe in a small America. We don't believe.
Here we go. Obama, yo, y'all don't know. Obama
I was here that
was
was
great.
when the president's sister was here.
Here we go. Here we go. Let me turn this down a little bit.
Early on, opening up this beautiful place when we were just trying to organize a small group that we knew would grow into this group. Because I want to thank you for everything that you've done to support the president. And Jay and Hope and Peggy, y'all are serious organizers. You know, when we talk about organizing, it is no small matter because it's about work. It's about a lot of work and making other people think they're not working and having fun. And that's what the three of you did in organizing all these folks who are in the room. Some can't be here with us, but we know that we got the job done. Because folks didn't even do it.
Now, I need y'all to be able to piece things together. Matter of fact, see? Damn, man, hold on, man. I need y'all to be able to piece these things together. You have to be able to piece it together. Now, Barack Obama was in office for 2 years when he did this speech. When Kamala did this speech, Barack had just got in office, right? When Barack was talking, who was he talking about?
You should never have to look over your shoulder to be gay in the United States of America. That's why we got it done.
You should never have to look over your shoulder to be gay. That's why. Now, forget the gay part. The point that he said is that's why we got it done. So he's talking gay and he's talking we. Now, what does Kamala say? We in this room and the President Obama. And what did Obama tell us?
And we know, as the president told us in those early days, we are unified and we are one and we are mobilized. And our president told us in those early days, we are unified. And we know, as the president told us in those early days, we are unified and we are one and we are mobilized. And our voice is activated and it cannot be shut down. And so the purpose of tonight is what we did throughout those 2 years. You know, I remember that cold day in Springfield when the president announced. I remember being in Iowa, Des Moines. It was really, really cold. Christmas through New Year's, and everybody was there. You know, us California.
I remember Tariq Nasheed did a video saying like, yo, Kamala, she don't know how to talk. She don't know how to do this. These brothers don't know nothing about Kamala Harris. This woman can talk like the best of them, man. She's been groomed for this. Y'all have no clue. Oh, Kamala can't talk.
We didn't really know what to wear, so we layered, and we went, and we, you know, those little pocket warmers, they were like crack. California, we didn't really know what to wear, so we layered, and we went, and we, you know, those little pocket warmers, they were like crack. And we went, and we, you know, those little pocket warmers, they were like crack. And we, you know, those little pocket warmers, they were like crack. Like, hey, find the pocket warmer. Oh, there's the pocket. Open it. Go and open that box and get your hand warmers. Put it in your boots and it's really warm. And we did that. And so here we are today. I was in Los Angeles earlier this week when the president was there. And he looks and he sounds like $1 million. Mary Jane, even if she was there, she cannot be with us tonight. She's always with us, so organizing. And Mary Jane is wonderful. And I send her thanks from afar because she has been a phenomenal leader for us in California. And she continues to do just that. And we are so proud and thankful to her for bringing us together and motivating us. And so now, the second phase of this begins. The president just and we just celebrated his first 100 days, and we couldn't be more proud because it was the most work that any elected president of the United States in recent memory has actually accomplished. Not just talk, but accomplished.
What did Barack Obama say he accomplished? All of the things that I just showed you. And this is Kamala Harris saying out of her own mouth, 100 days into his presidency, he got busy for us. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't see how Candace Owens and all of them don't know this. It don't make sense.
From his first day, he did what he promised us he would do, and he has only just begun.
like I told y'all, the people in this organization that Kamala has been a part of for 30 years, they said, I'm going to find that video again, but they said that Kamala Harris did not come out of the closet yet. So you heard it here first. And now I'm starting to believe them because she's talking about what Barack Obama said that he would do for her and her crew. I just played you the video of Barack Obama telling the crew what he did. I have so much rabbit hole that I would never be able to get all into it in one shot, but I'll give you guys a good dose. I'm telling you, dog. They said Kamala did not come out the closet yet. I was like, damn. Then I found this shit. And she's thanking Barack Obama for passing all these rainbow laws and stuff like that. And this is the celebration. Now, where you heard Barack Obama talking about it, she's been a part of that way before Barack. She's Nancy Pelosi's protege or mentee, whatever y'all want to call it. This shit is powerful shit. Kamala Harris is the most powerful woman in the world. Trust me on that. This is way back when Barack was president. She was celebrating with the rainbow community. Let's get it. Oh, hold on. One other thing before we go. Remember what Kamala Harris is most proud of. I bet none of y'all know because she never says it in the mass media. What is Kamala Harris most proud of? Does anybody know? She's most proud of being the first person to do a homosexual marriage in San Francisco.
So now and tonight, we're going to enjoy it and we're going to celebrate. But tonight is also about recommitting ourselves. Because we've got a lot of work to do. And as the president told us in the very beginning, it's not just about him. It's about all of us.
What did the president say? Well, let's listen. Let's listen to what the president said. Since none of y'all want to believe her.
2 years ago, I stood at this podium in this room before many of you, and I made a pledge. I said I would never counsel patience. It wasn't right to tell you to be patient any more than it was right for others to tell African Americans to be patient in the fight for equal rights a half century ago. But what I also said...
Yo, if people heard Barack say that, like if Malcolm X heard that man say that shit, like if people heard Barack say what he just said, wow, he have made an equivalency of rainbow community versus African Americans fighting from being slaves. Wow. I've never heard that man say no shit like that.
I said I would never counsel patience. It wasn't right to tell you to be patient any more than it was right for others to tell African Americans to be patient in the fight for equal rights a half century ago.
Wow.
But what I also said that while it might take time, more time than anyone would like, we are going to make progress. We are going to succeed. We are going to build a more perfect union. And so let's see what happens. I met with Judy Shepard. I promised her we would pass a hate crimes bill named for her son Matthew, and with the help of my dear friend Ted Kennedy, we got it done, because it should never be dangerous. You should never have to look over your shoulder to be gay in the United States of America. That's why.
recommitting ourselves. Because we've got a lot of work to do. And as the president told us in the very beginning, it's not just about him, it's about all of us. And when we look at the situation that we are facing in our country, there are a lot of folks that need our help. And they need our help because we know that the only way true change and reform occurs is when we mobilize from the ground up, from the grassroots, from the grassroots. This is what we do. And so now the charge for us is to recognize that we have got a country that was so messed up that it's going to take a whole lot of time to fix it. And it's going to take every one of us being a part of it. So right now, we've got on June 6th, the day that we, OFA, have committed ourselves to hosting a house party or attending a house party to deal with one of the most pressing issues of our country. And that is the need for real, true healthcare reform.
Healthcare reform.
Why we got it done. I met with Janice Langman, who was barred from the bedside of the woman she loved as she lay dying. And I told her that we were going to put a stop to this discrimination. And you know what? We got it done. I issued an order so that any hospital in America that accepts Medicare or Medicaid, and that means just about every hospital, has to treat gay partners just as they do straight partners, because nobody should have to produce a legal contract to hold the hand of the person that they love. We got that done. I said that we would lift that HIV travel ban. We got that done. We put in place the first comprehensive national strategy to fight HIV/AIDS. Many questioned whether we'd succeed in repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And yet,
Healthcare.
The need for real, true healthcare reform. And I'm going to tell you something that's very personal to me. In the last few months and in this last year, I personally witnessed what is happening with healthcare in our country around somebody that is the closest person to me in my life. And it's messed up. It's not working right. It's not working right for educated people who have access, much less for people who have no economic wealth, or no education, or no access, or no insurance. It is not working. And we talk about our country being a humane country, but let us judge ourselves by how we treat our elderly, how we treat our children, and how we treat our sick. And if we cannot work this out,
Tariq Nasheed and them said Kamala Harris don't know how to talk. Yo, she don't know how to. What, nigga? It's the most powerful woman in the world. Fucking stupid.
then we really have got a problem, but we know we can, and that's why we elected Barack Obama president. Because we know we can. We know we can. We know.
What did she just say? What did she just say? That's why we elected Barack Obama president. I'll be damned. I didn't even hear that. Wow. Who is Barack Obama talking to? Who is he talking about? Who is he talking to? I'll show you.
lift that HIV travel ban. We got the partners just as they do straight partners, because nobody should have to produce a legal contract to hold the hand of the person that they love. We got that done. I said that we would lift that HIV travel ban.
Lift that HIV travel. You're lucky I don't have this shit on some DJ shit. So I would say lift that HIV travel ban, and she would say,
cannot work this out. Can we really have got a problem? But we know we can, and that's why we elected Barack Obama president. Because we know we can.
you say, that's why we elected Barack Obama president. We. Who the hell are they talking about? Man. When Kamala Harris wins and she comes out the closet, all of you folks, you heard it here first. Because I ain't got no judgment. I'm just like, I don't know which way I'm going to vote. So I'm just coming out with the truth for myself, and whoever want to see it. Don't matter to me. But this is the truth. And I just be like, I'm like, Kamala Harris, you have a whole separate army that you won't speak on in public. Why? That shit is wild. She got a whole army of people. Cyndi Lauper, Lady Gaga, but we know this already, but y'all don't know where it came from. She's been here. The only thing that made me do this video is Michelle Obama said, no one could have predicted how Kamala Harris got here. That's a flat out lie. That's a lie. That's a flat out lie.
We know we can. We know we will. And we know we will be organized and activated and work hard to do it, to reform the healthcare system in this country. But it is going to require us as soldiers in the field to help the president push this reform forward, because there are a lot of folks who are going to try and stand in the way.
We got to help the president push this reform forward. Clearly, we know that ain't got nothing to do with black people. Don't sound like it has anything to do with white people. So the question would be, who the hell are they talking about? She's saying we. Barack Obama saying, who the hell are they talking about? It's unreal. The rabbit hole of Kamala Harris is serious as hell. Because I damn sure, I mean, I don't know how much I would bet, but I would bet she ain't married to no damn Doug Emhoff. Man, probably, please. You think this woman's married to Doug Emhoff? I doubt it. Oh, hold on. So how long ago is this? Hold on. 15 years ago, she had no wedding ring on. Let's get it.
So let's recommit ourselves. Because the challenge of electing Barack Obama president of the United States is a challenge we've met quite well.
There you have it. Barack Obama.
We got that done. We put in place the first.
Oh, that was hot. That was hot. That was hot. Hold on. Hold on. That was hot. Let's rock that. Hold on. Let's rock that. That was hot.
Barack Obama, president of the United States, is a challenge we've met quite well.
We got that done.
I like that. I like that.
And now he and we face the next set of challenges. Now I know we will be organized. We will be.
That's the only fucked up part. I'm telling you, man. As I'm being on the fence of who I would vote for, the only fucked up part, I'm telling you, it's the most fucked up part. Kamala Harris and Barack Obama and them, they shit seem fun. They seem like they got all the money. They seem elite. They seem powerful. Somebody you want to get with. But you know there's some crazy shit going on over there. Worse than Diddy parties, man. This is crazy, man. But they have so much fun and they got so many teams and organizations and people in high places. It's amazing. Like, yo, I would want to be down, but whoa. They say you'll get more crazier than Diddy over there. Wow. Crazy.
Committed. We will work hard and have fun to do everything we can to make sure that the promise will occur, that change will happen, not just in changing the face of the White House, but changing the face of our country when it comes to our sick, when it comes to our poor, when it comes to those who need access to education, when it comes to those who need to have a country who sees the most vulnerable among us and allows those of us with a voice to exercise that voice through organization to achieve reform. I want to thank you all. Let's have fun tonight. And let's keep marching on and doing our thing.
Wow. Like I say, it's so explosive that, like I say, I can't overwhelm y'all. I have to take it easy, because if you care about any of this shit will scare you half to death. I tell you, shit will scare you half to death. That's why I take it easy. I don't try to kill y'all with all this stuff. All I say is why Candace Owens and all the smart people don't have this stuff. This is serious stuff. She has her policies. They're right here. They're not hidden. They let people like me find it. Anybody can find it. But Fox News won't put this stuff out. It's crazy. What else do I have for y'all? Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just do this a little bit.
You have to understand that when you are a Black actress and you most of the time you just play wives and mothers, and they don't get a chance to say very much. But yes, baby, no, baby, come in. Men go out. And Cece, I think, was the first time I had a character where it was very diverse, and she was a smart woman, and she had a lot to say. But that was because it was really written for a man to start with. But anyway, yeah, and they believed in me enough to do it, and it was such a challenge. But I was given the analogy to look at, if Cece were to decide to visit Cynthia in North Carolina, once she got off the plane, she would have to go straight to Cynthia's house because she couldn't stop to use the bathroom for fear of harassment or some other kind of thing happening. And that Cynthia did not have that problem. Take the monitor up for me, please. But this is not about bathrooms. This is not at all about bathrooms. This is about equality. This is about being included. Thank you. And we have to, first of all, remember that. And sometimes I know from my personal experience being a Black woman and also being in show business, sometimes you feel that the very things that you need and want in your life are just a dream. But I've lived to see so many of my dreams come true. Being from Houston, never from a single parent home. And just because of the belief of other people, I've been able to do over 100 movies. Oh God. To go places I never dreamed I'd go, and to do things I never thought I'd be able to do. And so don't get discouraged. You have to remember that we have to stick together when it comes to equality. We have to learn how to all get along. It's very hard. And when you're straight and you don't have a boyfriend and you see all the gay guys, it's very depressing sometimes. I have lots of friends that are living this, some of the finest men, some of the smartest men. It's very hard. So bear with everyone trying to make these adjustments. Take their hands and lead them through, because
now that is very important what she said. She said, you know, straight women can't find a boyfriend, and they go around watching these homosexual men in loving relationships, and it really makes them feel bad, right? But that wasn't the important part. The important part was what I was telling y'all earlier, that Kamala and Barack and all them, their policies are built in marriage. And the homosexual people will get married, especially the elites and all that. They will get married and stuff like that. It all ties together with what Barack Obama was saying. He wants the people that catch HIV and AIDS, which is normally homosexual couples, to be able to be at the bedside of their loved one. And he want to get health care and all this other stuff like that. And it's all, the Kamala Harris's policies are built in marriage, banking on the fact that heterosexual people won't get married, so they'll never get the benefits of the policies the way that the homosexuals will. That's what they're banking on. Very important.
So she was a strict mother. She taught her values. She told her what to do, and she told her to fight for everything. You know, that is the kind of thing.
And also, now you can see that Kamala Harris has risen to such a high position. Do you see the same streak of rebellion that you saw in her mother, in Kamala Harris, and in the way she has actually fought her way to the top?
Yes, definitely. Because Sharma would have been very happy had she been alive. Unfortunately, she died very young. But, you know, she would have been very happy because she brought them up to come up to this level. And I knew Shamla when Kamala was first fighting for the DA post in San Francisco. I was in California at that time, and Kamala was thinking of standing for the DA post, and we were talking about it, and we knew about it. And from that time, I knew that Kamala wanted to get somewhere, and she said, "I'm going to do it, and I'm going to become the DA." And that's how she did. She became a DA, then she became an Attorney General, then she became a senator. That is the kind of thing.
Ma'am, in fact, we came to know via reports that you had broken coconuts for Kamala Harris during her course as a...
When the Attorney General post was there was a slight confusion in the counting of the post because there was a fight between the DA of California, DA of San Francisco and DA of Los Angeles. So there was a little confusion. So overnight, we were on the computer trying to see whether the votes had been counted. So at that time, in some confusion, I had prayed, and then I went and broke 100 coconuts. Yeah.
Well, this time around, when she was fighting for her biggest post yet, was there any special ritual you had performed on your own or perhaps on her request?
No, I didn't go anywhere because of the COVID.
And when was the last time she visited you and family back in India?
I think she visited us last when her mother died. Yeah, when her mother died. When Shamla died, the ashes were brought to India. So at that time, my mother was alive. So she came to India at that time. I think that is the last time. I can't remember.
Damn. Kamala's mother died before her mother. So Kamala's mother died before her grandmother. Wow. Crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Ma'am, could you please tell about Kamala Harris, ma'am's Indian connection and how she's connected to Indian culture, how she's showcased Indian culture perhaps in ways that you only know?
No, she adapts to everything. She likes everything.
Now, why Candace Owens don't got this? Why Candace Owens don't got this? The man said, "Why don't you tell us about Kamala Harris' connection to India?" So I don't know what DL Hewley and everybody talking about. How could a dummy like me have all this work? It don't make sense. Believe me, I'm not no big researcher. I just type in the shit and oh shit, look at this. Oh shit, look at that. Like, are you kidding me? Come on, man. That's why I say I don't know who to vote for. Like, they're protecting this woman from every side. So I say, well, she's the most powerful thing that I've seen. Can't stop her. I'm telling y'all.
Well, look at things and she will like it. For instance, a simple thing, like when we are sitting in family, our cousins would come and my mother would make us all sit together and sit on the floor and give us, food in her hand. And she'll say, Kuchiko. And Kamala, even when she grew up, she'll come to my house and say, Chiti, I wanted Kuchiko. And she will say that, So she had some kind of a connection with South Indian. She liked a few things in South.
I'm sure you've seen her videos of making Indian cuisine and Indian food. So what do you think about that?
Good for her. I'm glad about it. But mostly, nowadays, her cook is my younger sister from Canada. She goes to, every now and then, Kamala and her husband call her, and she goes to visit them. She stays with them for 4 or 5 days and cooks good South Indian food for them for 4 or 5 days and comes back.
Oh, so her sister goes over to Kamala's house. So this woman ain't allowed over. Yeah, hold on. Sorry about that. Let's get this straight. This is Kamala Harris' mother's sister, okay? She has another family member that goes to the Kamala Harris house and stays for 4 days and cook them good South Indian food. But she won't let her come do it. That's messed up, yo. Kamala Harris she's official. Wow. Unreal.
And then Kamala and her husband call her.
Hold on.
But mostly, nowadays, her cook is my younger sister from Canada. She goes to, every now and then, Kamala and her husband call her, and she goes to visit them. She stays with them for 4 or 5 days and cooks good South Indian food for them for 4 or 5 days.
The next question should be, so why don't she ever let you do that?
Ma'am, looking ahead, Kamala Harris has also said that I'm a black woman who's got into the vice president post, but I will not be the last. And many are also saying that she will be the future president in 2024. Your take on it?
I don't know. I have no comment.
Ma'am, I'd like to.
Now that's a ride or die. That's a ride or die aunt. Kamala Harris won't let this woman come visit her or anything. And that Indian dude said, yo, Kamala up there fronting like she the first black president. And that lady said, no comment. Now that's a ride or die family member right there. Give her respect. Now that's official. That's official.
She stays with them for 4 or 5 days and cooks good South Indian food for them for 4 or 5 days and comes back.
Ma'am, looking ahead, Kamala Harris has also said that I'm a black woman who's got into the vice president post, but I will not be the last. And many are also saying that she will be the future president in 2024. Your take on it?
I don't know. I have no comment.
Ma'am, I'd like to ask you about your family. Most of you are extremely high achievers, all of you extremely bright people in respective fields. You made it big. So, do you think Kamala Harris fits in this line alone, or do you find some extraordinary qualities in her that perhaps you've not seen in anybody else?
She's probably got extraordinary qualities. Let me tell you, when she became a senator, I went and told her, Kamala, you're a diamond in the family. And she just said to me, Chiti, I'm not a diamond in the family. I'm a diamond amongst the diamond in the family. So she was not willing to accept it. She was the first one to achieve anything. She was saying that she was in a family which had all the best in the family.
Ma'am, could you also tell us something about your father and how he molded all of your characters, such that in fact she recalled your walks at the Besant Nagar beach very fondly?
I don't know about it because whenever she visited my parents at that time, I was either in England or in Chandigarh. I was not there.
But if you could recall about your father.
My father was a wonderful man. In fact, he lived with me till he died in Chandigarh. And he shaped us all up. He told us, he's one whom you can think, being a South Indian Brahmin, at the age of 18, he was willing to send my sister to America, which no family would have sent at that time. I mean, this is talking about 1958 or something, And that is the time that Shamla went to California, and no South Indian family would have sent somebody to US at the age of 18. But my father was different. My father was something that women also should be educated, women should also be done, and women should also be encouraged. So he brought us all up like that.
There you have it. The reason why I played this video for y'all is the way D.L. Hewley and them try to put that black on that woman, and the fact that she won't just say who she is, which nobody gives a damn. We know if you went to a HBC, whatever the shit is, HBC, whatever that shit is, historical black college, then yes, you could have got niggified, no problem. After you got niggified, you mix that in with a little bit of lesbian swag, that's full swag as a woman. So, ain't nobody knocking it. You know what I'm saying? The point of this video is this is who that woman is. What is black about these people? What's the real story? Nobody would have ever sent from South India would have ever sent their 18-year-old daughter to go to America. Nobody would have ever did that. And you know what the sad matter of fact, oh, y'all lucky. Y'all lucky, man. Oh man, I'm thinking about doing it, but I'm thinking about doing it. Because the real story is, now that I've never seen this video before, but she said nobody would have ever did that, and her father wanted to see women be educated and stuff like that. I have the other video where Kamala Harris was over there at some Indian talking conference, right? And she had said when her grandfather, which is Kamala Harris's mother, when her grandfather sent Kamala Harris' mother to America, Kamala Harris said this, not me. She said that her grandfather was expecting her to come back and get an arranged marriage. Okay? That's what Kamala Harris said, that her mother, that was the expectations of her grandfather of her mother. Now, me being a black man, understanding that she went to America and got turned all the way out, no disrespect, rest in peace. She got turned out. Raw eggplant. Right? That's not the sad part. Sad part is it broke Kamala Harris's grandfather's heart. But he still loved those children. You know what? Do Kamala Harris, I think that's the next rabbit hole I'll go down. Unless anybody knows, because I don't know. Do Kamala Harris, do her sister, do they both have the same father? I don't know. I've never heard. And I don't know. I'm going to check that out, though. Because the mother went over there and she got pregnant with Kamala. That Kamala's father, Kamala mother's father, wanted her to come back with her education and get an arranged marriage. He was heartbroken when she got pregnant. But guess what, Kamala Harris? Guess what, Kamala Harris? As heartbroken as your grandfather was, he did not fight for you to get deleted. He loved you as a non-Indian, half-Indian, his grandbaby. He did not say delete you the way you out here saying delete babies. It is sad, man. It's sad. That's why I say I don't know who to vote for, because the shit, I get heartbroken. It's just wow. Shit is bugged out. If you know the real story.
When was the last time you spoke to Kamala Harris, ma'am? In case she was able to call you last night after, getting to know the news?
She hasn't called me yet.
Ma'am, and about...
She hasn't called her auntie, right? But she got another auntie that she let come over to the house, to the Inhofe house, and she lets the other aunt cook South Indian food, but she don't talk to this lady no more. But the lady still held her down. And the man asked her, yo, is Kamala Harris black? She said no comment. She would never sell her out. Even though she went up there and got that half nigger baby that granddaddy didn't like. But he loved her anyway, because it wasn't on the baby. It was the fact that the mother violated. He sent her to America when no other Indian family would. She was supposed to go get the education and come back for the arranged marriage. She got pregnant with Kamala. The grandfather just loved her to say. He never said, yo, go do a deletion. He said, bring that baby to me. And Kamala Harris would go over there every year and be with her grandfather. But she want to tell people, oh, I want to be pro-deletion. No. Your grandfather did not do that to you with all the heartache and the heartbreak that he had. Y'all lucky I don't feel like pulling that video up where Kamala Harris said it, that her grandfather was upset. Maybe we'll do it next time.
But the inauguration, do you plan on going with your brother, Dr. Balachandran, to the US to see the big moment?
We thinking, let's hope, depending on COVID in USA and other things. Because when she became a senator, all of us went. So we'll see.
Anything fond you'll have to recollect about Kamala Harris, meeting her in the US and your time you spent with her last when you visited her?
Last when I visited her was when I was in Detroit. I went to visit her. She was there for the debate. At that time, she was still a presidential candidate and she was for the debate. So I met her and talked to her. See, it's mainly that when we meet, It's mostly we don't talk about politics or anything. It's mostly about the family.
Mostly about the family. If the daddy left and she was a single mother, this was her family. Nobody trying to knock her. Nobody give a damn if she Indian or not. We didn't make her get to that position. She got to that position for doing whatever she did. They just said it. Des family was really, really smart. How come we wasn't really, really smart like Kamala Harris family? Why the Indians be so really, really? What's happening, man? God damn! I wish I was really, really smart like the Indians and shit. Unreal. You remember, back in high school or whatever, you might have had an Indian in your class. They sit up front. They don't talk to nobody. They just get fucking A's. I guess we could have did the same. Damn. It's fucked up, man. I'm ending the stream on that. Fuck y'all, man. I'm out of here.